everyone, time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. With Doris Berg, Greg Anthony, and Hall of Famer David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. And our special guest at the broadcast table for this one, the celebrated Shams Charania. Hey, Shams, thanks so much for joining us tonight. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Kevin, thanks so much. Always fun to hang out with you and all your crew and talk basketball.
All right, I've told Doris and Greg and David, just buckle up because we are going to be on a great ride with you. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. You look at Atlanta. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And checking out New York, give them credit. They've stuck to their plan here early on, playing their brand of basketball. They're showing everyone they have the potential to be even better.
So the New York starting five. Towns is out there with Hart. Then it's Mikal Bridges. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Anunoby in at the small forward. And for Atlanta, they've got Wilkins. Daniels out there with Trae Young. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's Okongwu in at the 5 down low. So Atlanta will get the first possession. Young against Brunson. Pass to Okongwu. Back to Wilkins. Nailed from three-point land. Wilkins has got the first 3 points tonight for the Hawks. Here's Brunson. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
That's toughness. That's ability to absorb contact and finish. That is Jalen Brunson in a nutshell.
And Young kicks to Capella. Wilkins outside. And Wilkins with the stuff.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Now here's Brunson. And no good, his first shot of the night, missing. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, earlier I spoke with Quinn Snyder, who talked about facing a point guard like Jalen Brunson. And he told me Jalen's got a great sense for angles and knows how to attack if anyone's out of position. You have to stay disciplined on defense. Of course, Brunson will be the focus of their attention tonight. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Hey, Shams, it seems like with these younger teams coming, we may be witnessing a transfer of power in the NBA. What do you think?
It's really due to the parity that we're seeing in the league, and we haven't seen this much parity in a really long time. It's wide open for teams in both conferences, in the East and West, to claim that top perch. We have to give the league a lot of credit. There's tons of parity.
Which I think is leading to expansion talk, correct? We've got so much talent right now, we can kind of let it ooze out a little bit to some other areas.
Certainly expansion, couple more teams in the league, but the league really loves where they're at now. And any given year, anyone can win.
Towns with the steal. Here's Hart, and he dunks it down.
Josh Hart hammering it down. That's a message right there.
For Atlanta, they've gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Young's shot is off. Now the Knicks with it. They trail by 1. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Atlanta.
And even though they were the better team overall, they actually lost the season series against this club a year ago.
Yeah, don't be fooled by the height, guys. Brunson is a terrific finisher inside.
And so it's Young who brings it up for Atlanta. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
Well, you saw how dialed up they were from distance. The defense just couldn't get out to everyone.
And that explains their three-point percentage. They had more than a few players giving the defense absolute fits from range.
And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Here's Daniels. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Boston. Capella, the pass to Okongwu. Second chance effort. He takes it up and lays it in.
Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Late June, NBA free agency is such a busy time for you, Shams. During the start of that hectic period, walk us through your day. What's your life like? I've asked you this before in previous times you've been out here with us, but do you get any sleep?
I'm up 24/7 because the great part about free agency, Kevin, is you never know when you might get that call, you might get that text, when a player has committed, when a player has decided to go to a specific NBA team. That is what I live for. That's what I know the fans live for, and I'm one of those fans, so I want to make sure I know as well, and I'm able to inform in an appropriate, timely, responsible, and fair way, and accurately. So for me, there's not much wiggle room when it comes to sleep. I try to make up for it later. But NBA free agency, trade deadline, draft, those are time periods when I know I have to be on. I might be getting a call now, Kevin, actually.
Well, wait, I was just going to ask you. We're doing this game. I'm looking at your phone. It's lighting up. You're looking down. You're looking at the game. You're talking to me. You're doing two things at once.
I have to be multitasking at all times, Kevin. You know that.
Oh, it's a battle. Brunson. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Boy, such a smart player. Brunson sees a defender out of position, just going to take advantage on that drive.
The Knicks shooting their first free throws of the game.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
That one falls for Brunson.
Jalen Brunson plays bigger than his size. He's aggressive. He's going to go right at defenders. He doesn't care if you're bigger than he is. He will keep coming at you.
You communicate so much with NBA GMs. You talk with owners. You talk with personnel people. Knowing what they do, what is an overlooked part of how they operate their day-to-day jobs with these NBA teams?
A few things for me, Kevin. It is the relationships with agents, with other teams. Are they trusted? Do they have the trust of others? That is of importance, certainly. And how well connected are they within the organization? How are they building their own front offices in their own buildings? But their thirst for information, their ability to use information to strategize, that is something that occurs every single day. Because if you know something is happening with a specific team, that could shape how you want to strategize your team to improve results.
Here's Young. Jalen Brunson picking up that last basket.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
And the dunk by Towns.
Oh, Mr. Towns can hurt you from anywhere, and that includes putting it on your head.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline.
All right, everybody, let's get hyped. It's time for the Hawks.
And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Harry Nance is checked in for Okongwu. George Niang comes in for Clint Capella. Reza Shea, he's checked in for Dominique Wilkins. And Karis LeVert subbed in for Dyson Daniels. The Hawks trail by 3. And things can get so intense when NBA rumors start flying, Shams. You know that. The teams are just kind of holding on sometimes for dear life. What is it like when you break a major NBA story like you've done numerous times?
It's like when your heart skips a beat, Kevin. It's like when you feel like you are in such a rush and there's a surge of excitement that hits every particle of your body. Every profession obviously has a big payoff, but everything happens so fast. But when it happens, it makes all the hard work worth it, but it certainly brings a great feeling, and I definitely get goosebumps to this day.
You get goosebumps, but the hard work you put in to get that story, I know what you guys go through. It is amazing the hours you spend on it.
365, 24/7.
Wow. There's 1:40 left to play in the first. And the jam by Larry Nance.
What I love about Larry Nance Jr. is he doesn't need the ball to be effective, but when he does get the ball, he shoots with high percentage.
Now here's Wright. Hasn't made one yet. Houston, the pass to Towns. That one goes in.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
1:10 left in the first quarter. Now here's Levert, defended by McBride. Now here's Levert. He had 15 points last outing. Towns with it. Houston, the pass to Towns. Now McBride. Levert defending. The Hawks trail by 6. Here's Young going inside. That's a good shot, and now he's 3 for 7.
Nice job capitalizing down there. Young good at probing inside and finding some space.
And it's Towns missing. The Hawks shooting at a nice 53% rate to start the game. They are sticking to the campaign. Young's shot is off.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots.
Houston's shot's good. Houston's got 5.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And so it's the New York Knicks with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Knicks?
These guys have been so quick off the dribble, finding great lanes to attack and getting themselves to the basket.
Yeah, and their assertiveness in the paint so far tonight has been impactful. They're really making it hard for the interior defense.
They've got Karis LeVert. Niang out there at Nance. And there's Dominique Wilkins. And it's Rizachet in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Hawks. The Hawks trail by 6. Shams, you've been around the NBA for a long time now. Which players do you enjoy watching the most?
Greatness, especially the guys that are regarded among the greatest of all time, like LeBron James, like Stephen Curry, like Kevin Durant. You have to throw those in there. But this is a new era, a new crop. The Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Have to throw Luka Doncic in there. You have Donovan Mitchell, you have Paolo Banchero, you have Tyrese Halliburton, you have Joel Embiid, you have Tyrese Maxey, Jimmy Butler, you have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Anthony Edwards, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Devin Booker, Zion Williamson, Anthony Davis, De'Aaron Fox, Victor Wembanyama. So let's not have anyone here left out.
All right, they're all fun to watch. Houston's shot's good.
And this is where Houston is at his best. So good at just catching and shooting.
Here's Wilkins driving the lane, and Wilkins slams it in.
Extra on that one, fellas. Nobody's stopping that.
When he comes in there with that tomahawk, that's just too much force. Now, here's Achua. Still scoreless. McBride passes to Achua. Here's Brunson. Beating the contact. Brunson gets by.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. And New York making a change here. Ryan's checked in. And in last year's playoff, Shams, we did see a lot of players injured and unable to play. What are some of the solutions that may be being talked about that you hear about?
People certainly ask if this is a result of the 65-game rule. Is it the more physical play? Is it the consequences of the regular season? The league is going to take a wait-and-see approach to determine if this is an issue they have to fix. But they do love the results of what this has brought as far as player availability moving forward.
How about the high-flying points by Wilkins on that. Yeah, they call him the human highlight film.
And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. The Knicks leading by 9. Now Brunson. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Wilkins outside. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Boy, he is quick off his feet and really stronger than he looks. Wilkins can burn you in that painted area.
Back to Brunson. Brunson, hard finish inside.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And so it's Wilkins who brings up the ball for Atlanta. 11-point game. Into the lane. It's slammed in by Wilkins.
And he just possesses that ability to wow the crowd every time he steps on the hardwood. They don't call him the human highlight for nothing.
Houston shot's good. Hey, Shams, no one is keyed on the league like you. Is there an under-the-radar trend that you're seeing around the NBA, or the next thing that you're anticipating may happen with the way the league will sway one way or the other?
Talking to executives around the league, it's clear that length has been very important, but having players that do multiple things and are versatile, that is of the utmost importance right now. We saw what happened with the Celtics winning a championship this year. I think that certainly is going to have an impact on how teams are going to build moving forward. Like the Celtics, you want to have players, 3 to 5 players that are playing heavy minutes for you, that are doing everything out there on the floor, not just one particular move.
Here's Wilkins, 15 points in the game. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for, consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
The Hawks trail by 10. Floats one, and it's good on the way in. Wilkins has got 19 points.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Brunson up top. Levert defending. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Karis LeVert.
It has proven very hard to guard Jalen Brunson without fouling, especially if he's aggressive to score it.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
And you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
And the first one at the line is good. And as the salary cap looks set to rise significantly, Shams, any major effects that you can anticipate?
It won't be like the year the Warriors signed KD. They're going to smooth the cap numbers, and it's not going to spike quite the same. But these numbers will continue to get eye-popping when you think about player salary, and you have to keep in mind luxury tax and the new second apron that came into play with the collective bargaining agreement. And that will play a part in how teams build, not putting yourself in a restrictive position to continue to build winning organizations.
A lot of moving parts to contend with, but boy, a lot on the horizon. Hart finds Bridges. Now here's Towns. Anunoby outside for 3. Bridges sinks the three-pointer. And the Knicks lead by 13.
You've got to be aware and stay attached to Mikal Bridges beyond that arc. This guy dangerous as a shooter.
Here's Rizachet. He's guarded by Anunoby. In the corner, Daniels. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Daniels has got 5 now.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays. I'll tell you, this lead's not going anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
Pass to Daniels. Bounce pass Young. Stolen by Anunoby. Hart kicks to Towns. In the corner, it's Bridges. Misses the three. The Hawks trail by 12. Here's Daniels, and here is Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
And how about his athleticism for a big man? Capella is able to make plays above the rim.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Karis LeVert check in for Atlanta. Now here the 2K leaderboard with last season's top rebounding teams. Number 5, the Knicks.
Well, they made a huge commitment to rebounding last year, and it showed in the numbers. They were spectacular.
Shams, I am so sorry our time has run out. It has been great having you here with us. We appreciate your time so much, and I hope we do it again soon.
Thanks, Kevin. Anytime. You know when I'm not on my phone, I'm here to talk to you and talk hoops with you anytime of the day.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so much again. ADB, wasn't that terrific talking to Shams? He is as plugged into everything around the NBA as anyone you could hope to meet.
A guy who's really in the know, and as somebody who prides themselves on doing research, boy, you have got to respect the legwork and the dedication he brings to the table.
Shot clock at 5. Daniels passes to Young. Stolen by Brunson. And a fast break now for New York. And he converts the layup. 27 points here for Jalen Brunson.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Young passes to LeVert. Pass to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the boards.
What about the decisive finish? Great timing, tremendous force.
Hart, no good. Fast break, the Hawks. Three-pointer, LeVert. That's in, coming off the assist from Young.
You know, a lot of coaches might let you hear it for taking the three-pointer on the break, but I like the decision there. The D had already collapsed inside.
Jalen Brunson has been on display for the New York Knicks. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, guys. With Quinn Snyder, Coach, they came at you offensively, so what has to change for you defensively?
Well, a lot, obviously, with everybody on the floor. You know, they're capable of doing this, but we're not. It's just too easy.
Got to tighten things up as we go along. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
Welcome, one and all. Before we hear Kenny and Shaq's insights on that first half, let's look ahead and check out the upcoming schedule.
Taking a look at New York, you expect this game to go down to the wire, and if it does, it'll be good for the coaches to see who performs well late in a tight game.
Invaluable information, no doubt. Let us take some time now to talk about the first half, a commanding performance for the New York Knicks.
Well, you look at all the assisted buckets, I like how they're working together. Ball movement and selfless play can be infectious.
Excuse me, are infectious and contagious the same thing?
You're the doctor. And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You know, Jalen Brunson has been exceptional here, guys. Wow.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
So, Doris, here's a question for you. Should the NBA widen the court? Because the corner three now is such a staple in these offenses.
That's exactly right. One of the most coveted, Kevin, because the proximity of the shot is so desirable. Here's what we know unequivocally. There's no way they're going to widen the court because it would take out some of the money-making courtside seats. That's not happening.
Here's who Tom Thibodeau is starting the second half with. They've got Hart, Jalen Brunson out there with Mikal Bridges. Then there's Towns, and it's Anunoby in at the 3 spot. Here's Towns, fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
Well, battling hard. That's an impressive move by Towns. He'll go to the stripe.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And looking back last season, how about 87% from the line? So that's obviously nothing to sneeze at.
Greg, since making it to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021, the Atlanta Hawks haven't been that good.
And it was hard to tell if that was a Cinderella run at the time, but Kevin, looking like that might have been the outlier. The Hawks took some risks to get back there, but it just hasn't worked.
Just 5 on the clock.
But he is so efficient, so productive. But for them to have real success, he needs help.
Brunson kicks to Towns. Here's Hart. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Hart's got 10 points in the game.
Josh Hart, an improving three-point shooter. If he gets consistent from here, look out.
Young finds Wilkins. Young left side. Teardrop shot. He lays it in. He's got 9.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
On the wing, Bridges. No good on the 3. And so it's Wilkins who brings up the ball for the Hawks. Shoots over Anunoby. Wilkins can't get it to go. The Knicks leading by 12. Rebounded by Capella. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Wilkins surveying the defense. He slams it down right on top of Karl Anthony Towns.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. Awesome rewind courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Brunson kicks to Hart, fires the 3. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
That's just Josh Hart getting to his spot, being shot ready. Nicely done.
And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. He's ready to talk things through with the team.
Moment here now to see the numbers for Jalen Brunson. Last season, he played outstanding, and his passing skills were on full display all year. He ranked among the top 15 in assists.
And clearly one of the dominant scorers we have in this league. His top 5 ranking last year puts him right there in the ranks of the elite. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. But on that shot, with that, the Knick lead is cut down now to just 11 on the basket from Wilkins. Brunson the pass to Hart, and stolen by Okongwu. Daniels kicks to Wilkins. Off the mark and a chance to trim it to single digits. And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. The Knicks leading by 11. And Hart has it in the corner. And it's out of bounds to the Knicks as New York retains possession.
Active hands from him as he's able to deflect that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
Here's Houston, defended by Young. Houston can't get it to go. Hawks have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Pass to Houston. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Nancy's checked in for Clint Capella. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Young pass to Okongwu. Back to Young. Pass to Okongwu. 5 on the clock. For 3, Nance. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Bridges kicks to Hart. A three-pointer is right on target. Hart's got 16 points.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Doris, when you think of Mikal Bridges, what comes to mind?
The fact that he is available almost every single night, that you can count on him to bring great defensive intensity. He's become a legitimate threat from three-point territory, and now all of a sudden he's adding some ball skills. Mikal Bridges gets better every single year.
Bridges. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got rebound number 5 here tonight. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, the last few years we saw teams giving up bounties worth of draft picks and trades for star players, but with teams now possessing more roster spots to develop prospects and about 3/4 of the tradable picks hoarded by just a third of the NBA's teams, we may not see so many picks given up moving forward. Kevin?
You're exactly right, David. Something certainly to keep an eye on.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
He gets it in there. Houston's got 5 points in the quarter.
Boy, the consistency he's had tonight has been impressive. Really steady from the field.
Towns with the steal. Pass to Houston. Over Young. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Houston's got 20 points. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for New York.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
I think it's also important we have to acknowledge how many scoring opportunities they've created from their spectacular defense, getting a bunch of points off turnovers.
Here's Anunoby. 2 points. That one goes. Anunoby's got his first basket.
Well, OG Anunoby is just continuing to add to his skill set. Nice finish on the interior.
Nance outside. Pass to Wilkins. 1:46 left in the third quarter. It's rebounded by New York. Hart's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Outside, Towns. Anunoby has the open look. That 3 off the mark. The Hawks trail by 14. From 11 feet away, it's rebounded by Towns. For New York, they've gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime, shooting 8 of 15.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
It's Young on the wing. Off target from outside.
Well, after hitting 1 triple in the first half, it's been all radio silence since.
And Towns throws it down.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
There's a minute left here in the third quarter. Young outside. Puts up a three. Another miss by Young.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
Hart, wide open. He fires. Hits it from three-point range. Hart's got 12 now in this quarter.
And when he gets it going, this is what can happen. They need to think about the double team now.
Young from outside. Drills it from outside.
Well, that's his second three of the game. One in the first half, one here.
New York leading by 16. Pass to Houston. New York moving it around. Here's Towns. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Towns has got 11.
Inside, Towns can be so physical, guys, and that makes him tough to cover.
Young inside. Up and in on the layup.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
3 seconds left, and the layup is good. Houston's got 22 points.
You can see why they go to this guy so often. More often than not, he's going to be very efficient like he is right here.
And so it's the New York Knicks with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Atlanta with the ball. Niang out there with Rizachet. Then it's Nance. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Wilkins in at the two guard. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
And you know, he's really been one of the few bright spots for them, trying to will this team to victory.
Pass to Houston. Lets it go from deep. Good from the moment it left his hand. That makes him 10 for 14.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
Brunson against LeVert. It's Wilkins on the wing. Over McBride. Wilkins, no good. The Knicks leading by 19 points. Houston, the pass to Robinson.
Stay there.
Here's McBride. No good from outside.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Wilkins finds Niang.
That's a tremendous defensive read by Achua. Send it back.
Here's McBride. Rebound by the Hawks. They've got the Pistons ahead of them in their next game in Detroit. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. And here's Wilkins from the arc. The shot comes out. The Knicks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Here's Brunson. And the shot goes in. Brunson's got 29.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Wilkins outside. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Here's McBride. Connects from three-point range. McBride's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. And so it's Wilkins who brings up the ball for Atlanta. Will it go? And that's 2 points on the layup.
Boy, he's been cooking, but the teammates, he's just not getting a lot of support from them.
Out to the right wing. Pass to Houston. Robinson on the wing. Here's Houston. Over to the wing. 5 to shoot. McBride passes to Houston. Baseline jumper. Rebound by the Hawks. Wilkins has got 5 rebounds tonight. And here's LeVert. Some solid defense from Robinson.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. But boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And a fun run by the Knicks in the playoffs. But Doris, horrible injury luck ended their season.
Kevin, borderline absurd bad luck for injuries. You think about it, Julius Randle goes down in the regular season. And then in the playoffs alone, Mitchell Robinson, OG Anunoby, and Bojan Bogdanovic all missed significant time. And who can forget Jalen Brunson getting hurt in that Game 7? Almost unreal bad luck.
Dyson Daniels checked in for Atlanta. And New York with a change here, too. Bridges checks in. Pass to Wilkins. The NBA has always been a star-driven league, Greg, and that's reflected in team strategies now more than ever before.
It is. All over the league, teams now building their systems around their stars, surrounding them with complementary players and running the offense through them as much as possible. Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Okongwu's checked in for Atlanta. Trae Young comes in for Karis LeVert. The Knicks also changing it up. Karl Anthony Towns comes in for Mitchell Robinson. And it's Josh Hart in for Achua. And the basket is good. 21 points for Josh Hart.
Well, what a run here offensively by Josh Hart. This guy just keeping the pressure on with his ability to put the ball in the basket.
Pass to Rizichet. Daniels kicks to Wilkins. A three-pointer, no good. The Knicks leading by 23. Out to the wing. Houston, the pass to Bridges. Rebound, Atlanta. Okongwu's now got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Now, here is Young. Pass to Wilkins. And it's Wilkins finishing it off.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart, and let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
Bridges, right side. Here's Towns. Chalk up 2 there, and it's 13 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
Karl Anthony Towns will mix his spots as a scorer, that time doing work inside.
Young against Brunson. Rizichet sets the screen for Young. A 3-ball. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. To the middle. And the dunk by Towns.
This is where you have to keep feeding Karl Anthony Towns. He's in an incredible rhythm. He's already got huge numbers. Keep feeding the big man.
Atlanta's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. Towns against Okongwu. Pass to Rizichet. Back to Wilkins. Inside. Here's Okongwu. He can't get it to go. Towns with the defensive effort. New York's gone 2-3 in the 4th quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
His first.
And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21, that was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent.
No good on that one. Of course, we're in the world now of super agencies, which consolidate player representation. What do you think?
Kev, I think obviously it gives some more power to the players because of the bargaining leverage. But for player movement, does it give more power to the big market teams? We're going to have to watch this unfold.
And Wilkins gets it to go.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
Here's McBride, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. Pass to Daniels. Back to Young. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Daniels has got 6 assists now in the game. And so it's Payne with it. He'll bring it up for New York. And here is Robinson, covered by Okongwu. Towns for three. And it's Daniels with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Young, good.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for New York.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Jalen Brunson.
You can't look back at too many major moments in this game and not see his imprint put all over it.
And Towns throws it down.
Well, they knew it would be a hostile environment, and they rose to the challenge.
And sometimes when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
Pass to Young. Okongwu against Robinson. The kick out to Young. Back to Okongwu. Over Robinson. And here's Daniels. Wilkins outside. Young for three. Again, Young missing. Here's Houston. Right side Towns. Good work defensively by Capella. So no problem for New York as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, Jalen Brunson.